Hello, everybody. It's the Week in the Tackle podcast, the podcast where we tackle the previous week. That's what we usually do, but at the moment, I'm still very much in holiday mode. I don't even know what's been happening. Someone told me a couple of days ago that Graham Potter got sacked. I had no idea. I've been right out of the loop for the last few weeks. I'm Tom Rennie. That's Brian Dunny, star of MLS, top broadcast legend. Dunseth. Hello, mate. How are you?
I love how you say that. And then we actually interview anybody that has any type of involvement in Apple and or MLS. And you're like, he is the star of the show. And there's Dunny. And I'm like, oh, I got relegated. Man, you gave me such a great compliment. And I see what you're doing
because the start of this show, you're like, in many ways, you're sort of like getting the guest intro. I'm trying to puff you up. But when people come into our orbit, I want to try and knock you down. I want to depuff you in order to give them an appropriate puffing. There you go. That's how it works.
Puffer, you're a puffer fish. I got you. You're a puffer fish. Hey, I'm just happy to see you. It's been a while. For those that are I guess we're behind the curtain. Are you behind the curtain? Someone's behind the curtain. And the reality is that you and I and Tim Horsey just spent, looks at clock, 35 minutes chatting. We had a very tight window, and we've got about 35 minutes less. Wasted and what I've figured out is that Tom Rennie really missed us. He really missed it. As much as he'll say I didn't, I think he did. I mean, I've been on holiday, not on holiday because I've got kids, but I went to like a kids' holiday thing and it was all very nice. And I had 2 further weeks off where I've done things like cleaned out my garage and like condoed my clothes. God bless you, Marie. Been to the dump 400 times. I get in my garden, like landscaped and renovated. And there was a point on Sunday, and I went into the office yesterday for the first time in London for like 3 weeks. And I was jet washing my drive for the 3rd time. And I just thought, I'm ready now. I'm ready to go back to work. I even accepted the last minute offer due to illness of doing a 3-hour SiriusXM FC show with Neil Barnett. Oh. So, Danny, I'm ready. I'm ready to come back to work. And I'm so ready to come back to work. And this is kind of the reason why we're recording today's program. Is because I am going to be with you and our friends at SiriusXM FC, America's #1 soccer chat network, in the District of Columbia, because if you say Washington, people think you're on the other side of the country, I've learned recently, for MLS All-Star. So the All-Star game, the MLS All-Stars against Arsenal on Wednesday. It's live on SiriusXM FC in the US, so join Dunny and the crew for coverage. The Skills Challenge, which I'm super pumped about, on the Tuesday. And we're going to be recording a Week in the Tackle together in the flesh for the first time. We've done loads of shows, hundreds of shows, but never in the same room at the same time, which will be fun. And on the Tuesday, outside the stadium, the horse and I think you're going to be there as well for some of it, we're going to be recording some social media content and meeting our listeners somewhere outside the stadium in DC on Tuesday. We're going to put exactly where we are up on social media somewhere. You're on the threads. You're owned by the Zuck. I'm on the Twitter. Elon has me. And we're just letting people know that's where we're going to be. I mean, why should people come and find us, Dunny? Why should people come and find you in the street? Yeah, it's a great question. I don't know why. I don't know why you'd waste your time to try to go find us in the street, but we'll be there. We'll be there. I mean, we've talked about having a little happy hour-esque type of situation. A couple of different listeners has reached out to us to try to figure out exactly where we're going to be. And we're up for a little banter, a little bonding, a little face-to-face time. And the horse will be with us. So you can make fun of Liverpool as much as you want because those kits, God, green and white, yikes. You say they're spectacular. I say the opposite because I remember when Horsey liked the purple and black kits that came out with what was it? Not Atletico. No, I don't even remember the brand name. It was the lacrosse. Oh, Warrior. Was it Warrior? Oh yeah, yeah. It was the opposite of Warrior. The description of those kits. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna have a blast, and I'm looking forward to it. We will be, as I just showed when you were talking. What is this? So for those that aren't watching on YouTube and listening to the podcast, it's a solid silver ticket to the All-Star game. Looks silver. Is not. It looks so. Is it like a tin foil, like a chocolate wrapping? It's can you eat it? It's hard. It's hard, but it definitely not silver. Do I get one of these? Because I have a ticket to the game. So I'm not like officially working at the game. I'm coming as sort of a fan to have some fun. These are all fun things for me. Yeah.
So this is essentially a holiday for me as opposed to a working vacation. I'm on holiday.
Yeah.
So I have a ticket to the game. Do I get one of these? Why don't I have one of these? I like stuff.
Yeah, no, this is an MLS thing.
Okay. I watch MLS.
No, you don't. Well, you do now. You watch the highlight package.
I watch the highlights of Crew games.
Yeah. Did you see Wilfred Nancy get sent off at the weekend?
I love that beautiful violent man.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of. See, the thing is, he reminds me the football's better and they're a better footballing team, but it has lacked a little bit of bite in the last few weeks. I've noticed that. So I think that's quite. I reckon they've had a meeting saying people think we're wimps here. Give him a boot in. He's gone a bit Vieira.
Well, he stepped on the field and got himself sent off, and then the assistant coach threw water at the fourth official.
Yes.
So that's violent conduct. I was not aware that throwing a cup of water at the referee is violent conduct. Is the terminology violent conduct? It seems a sending off worthy offense by the assistant, but
feels right. I would say any sort of assault on the official should probably be a sending off.
No, of course. But I guess I didn't realize that the water was the violent assault, which totally makes sense. I was trying to think when I watched it. I can't remember the last time a guy had the stones to throw water at an official during a soccer game. I don't. But by the way,
it happened a few times during the Conference League final, but that was more drunken fans.
Conference League. By the way,
remember that? Should we talk about that again for now?
Nah.
I actually listened a couple of days ago to our show after. So we did the last show we did that wasn't a kind of listener question show, which we should do more of. They're really fun. We did like the European champions show.
Yeah.
We did 25 minutes on West Ham beating Fiorentina, of which I spoke at one point for 7 straight minutes.
Oh, I know.
And then the Man City one, I was like, Daddy, what do you think? And you gave us a minute on Man City. We were like, right, out of time. Cheers, guys.
Yeah. I could just imagine Rennie's power washing his front yard. And
this is what happens.
He's like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator with the water spray, just listening to the West Ham.
100% accurate.
West Ham. So yeah,
exactly what happened. It was a good show.
Let's move on.
You can go back and listen again to that whole show, which I advise you do. It's a good show. I thought.
Yeah, no, it's.
So tell us about the skills challenge, because I'm excited about this. Because firstly, you're a powerful man, and you're going to be on the sideline doing reporting for SiriusXM FC. So you're already doing the post and pre and all this kind of. You're connected there. You've got your silver pass.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about it. I'm excited about it because people always talk to me about it, but I've never been able to watch it in full because it's not on TV over here. So I'm excited about watching it. And also I want you to use your powers so we can, you and I can do it. Is that possible?
Well, I don't know if they're going to I doubt they're going to let us on the field. Right. I have done this challenge, but not inside the stadium. I did it back when it was the MLS All-Stars against Mauricio Pochettino and Tottenham Hotspur out in Denver, Colorado a few years ago. And it was FIFA. They set up basically, which was effectively when you sign up for FIFA and you're about to play FIFA for the very first time, you go through kind of the skills challenge, the passing, moving, the turning, the hitting the different passes. They had built that. And there was a guy named Terry Cook, an Englishman, who had played for the Colorado Rapids. And it was myself against Terry. And so they did a whole media thing around it, and they did cameras and all this stuff. And it was about goals, left foot, right foot, free kicks, crosses, chipping, turning, all this stuff, playing passes to the different goals that lit up. And I actually beat Terry Cook on the day. I was really stoked with myself. I was like, yeah, I still got a little something. Had my little dance, my little chicharito for all you West Ham fans out there. That's what I had. So it was a real feel-good moment for myself. But last year, the last couple of years, Skill Challenge has been really fun to watch. And so we Tony Amiola, myself, and Joe Tollison called it. It was at Bank of California Stadium. It was MLS Liga MX in Los Angeles. That was the first one. Really fun to watch. But what was cool was, for the most part, it's not an outrageous idea, but it just hasn't been done. And I think so many different players were coming in from so many different parts of the world. And we're like, what is this? I don't know. And we weren't really sure what was going to happen. And we saw it in Minnesota last year at Allianz Field. And what Tony and I realized really quickly was that it's all fun and games until the whistle blows.
Yes.
And what happens, it doesn't matter if it's the MLS team or the Liga MX team, that all of a sudden it was like, hee, ha, ha, oh, this. Sorry, Tim. I forgot I can curse. Let's go. No, man. And you know what happened was that all of a sudden it became that little come on, man. No, man, come on, man. No, like, you got this. No, like, you got this. Like, no, come on. Like, no, hurry up. Let's go. Like, that's a terrible ball. Like, play it to my right foot. Like, no, stop because you have two guys that like had to pass to one another, the other has to stop it, and then you like chip it. Like, no, it's a ball, man. Sorry, Tim. Like, come on. Like, what are you doing? Like,
this is like when families go to like bowling and it's all meant to be a bit of fun for the kids. And then suddenly like granddad gets a strike and you're like, you mother.
Yeah.
Right. Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
There we go.
Put the bumpers down.
And so they like what I realized and what like became very apparent very quickly was like, you can do the fun and games. Well, and see, this is what soccer players do, football players do after practice, right? You do crossbar challenge. And so like, I love crossbar challenge. That was my thing. I would actually do interview process out here with Real Salt Lake where I'd interview a coach or a player. We play crossbar. But what happens then, it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, crossbar is fun. But how about we do this? How about it's crossbar? The ball has to hit the crossbar and then you got to head it first time, but it can't bounce. You got to hit the net and that'll be a point. And so it like escalates quickly. And so that's what happened. So
you've got to get us on the field, Danny, to do this. You're a powerful man. You're such a powerful man. We've got to do it.
You know who? I can't remember what. You won't remember. Maybe Horsey does, but there's a couple guys, and I'm not like, my kids only showed it. I don't know if it's called like F2 or whatever. They're like skill challenge guys, and they go do interviews with players, and they've done it with like Bernardo. So those two guys,
they performed quite a few times. I've seen them at games in the center circle at games doing like skill challenges,
keepy uppies and all that stuff. But they're also like the ones that are like, here's a ball and they hit it, and it's like first time up review or whatever. These guys were like recording it. I'll pull back the curtain. Takes them a couple chances, takes them a couple times that make it look like they've done it first time, because they haven't really done it first time. But anyways, I was watching them kind of go through the challenge as well. And it's really fun and fascinating and interesting. By the way, you got to ask Miola at All-Star Game. Ask him about that crew that does like the skill challenge things, because Miola's out here, big old bear claws. He's like, what are they doing? And I was like, oh, it's skill challenge, whatever. He's like, they're making a lot of mistakes. They're not doing it the first time. Do they put this out like they do it the very first time? And I was like,
why you give it? Don't give this away, mate. Don't. You're
no, really, but it was great.
You're throwing Miola under the bus here.
Because Miola then goes like this. He goes, I think I'm going to have to call him out. I was like, what? You can't call him out.
Don't.
He goes, I mean, I'm watching this and they're not doing it first time. This isn't real. Like, I think I'm going to have to call him out. And it was just so great. It was like Papa Bear watching and just like, it's kind of BS right now. I don't know if I like this. And so it was kind of old man meat hands Miola going like, So that's
did he say it to him? Did he say it to him on the show? No, he didn't do it.
No, but it was fun. Nice. Just he's too nice for guys.
So just like, tell me a bit about the practicalities of it. Like, how long is it going to be, and what are the actual skills challenges? Because outside the stadium, we're going to be doing some kind of fun bits. And what my idea is currently is to challenge Americans to do some skills. But I don't know what a practical. So I'm going to walk around the outside and we're going to be chatting to people. And Tim and I thought what we would do is get some people to do a skill for us. So like 10 kick-ups, or catch it on your head, or catch it on your chest. That's basic stuff you kind of do when you're like 10 or something.
Can I give you a level to start with, just so you understand your audience? Just roll a ball at them. Just walk as you're walking around. Have a ball at your feet, and just pass a ball to some random person.
Why? Do you think they won't be able to control it?
They will either so you'll get the cocky one, or you'll get panic mode. Panic mode will literally watch you pass the ball at them from 10 feet away, and they'll look at the ball and just watch it roll past them.
Shut up. No way.
Because they will panic, because they won't know why you're like, oh, do I touch the ball? Do I not touch the ball? What do I do here? Do I pick the ball? You're going to get someone that's going to like turn like Scorpion, like whip the ball up over their head and like bring it down and do all the like, oh yeah, man, I'm good. Whatever. But you'll also like that'll give you kind of the mood of what's going to happen.
Okay.
Because you'll have like someone pass the ball back to you, or someone won't pass the ball back to you, or you can like try to nutmeg people as they walk by, all that stuff. Like you could be sitting there and Horse could be filming you, have the ball at your feet, and you just roll a ball at someone walking through and see if you can nutmeg. There's like little fun stuff to do.
But what do you think? So if someone came up to me and said, what skills can you do, right? And I'd say like 10 kick-ups, fine. And I also think maybe doing like the game where you stand 10 feet apart and you've got to pass it through each other's legs. Can you pass the ball straight through someone's leg? Like the basic stuff.
Yeah.
I want to get. What would you say are the best like 3 skills I could ask someone to do for me?
No, I think you're good there, but I still think like the element of surprise if the ball's like being rolled at you is like super intriguing, because
what would you do? Would you do a bit of
I'd pass the ball back to you? No, I'd like smack the ball right back to you, left foot, right foot. Like I'd put the ball back where it came from. But if it's like bouncing, then you got to figure out, like, you're gonna trap it, you're gonna keep it up in the air. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna like what are you going to do if the ball rolls to you? It's like if you're at your kid's soccer game, if the ball rolls to you, are you gonna like pop it up first time and see if you can do a couple juggles and then play the ball back to him, or you just very simply hit the ball back, or
just kick it as hard as you can, as far as you can.
Yeah, or you're that guy. But you could also
the social video is going to be Tim just chasing the ball into the streets.
Yeah, beep beep. Little scooter guy. I could just see collision scooter up over the handlebars.
Why is Hugh Grant just chasing that football into traffic?
but also like if you say like 1 touch, 2 touch.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Like that type of stuff. Like you're going to get a more genuine reaction, I think, from kind of the shock treatment of a ball being rolled at you. So that's what.
Okay. Good. Well, this is what we think it might be fun. I think it might be fun. So we're going to get people. So back to the actual skills challenge. What are they going to ask the players to do, and how does one win?
It's going to be like you have one that's like the ball, and I believe. So just so you understand the context, skills challenge has been involved for the early days of Major League Soccer, and it was like dribbling and cones and sprinting. We do this thing where we kind of always have some type of athletic challenge, and what we used to do in like the 80s and 90s is you bring together all the different athletes, and it was like a TV show, and I can't remember the name of the TV show, but it was really fun to watch all these different sporting athletes. It could be a skier, it could be an NFL player, it could be like a hockey guy, it could be an NFL.
Oh, we had one with Kevin Keegan was famously on it, like Superstars or something like that.
Yeah. And they would it would be like in some like tropical locale, and it'd be like a throwy thing and a kicky thing and a runner thing and like an obstacle course thing, and who could do it faster. And we did this thing like, American Gladiator-esque without getting pummeled. By the way, you should watch American Gladiator show on Netflix. It's pretty interesting to see the original roots by that, but that's a subtopic. So goalie wars, all these things. So when they started bringing the skill challenge back, all of a sudden, from the goalkeeper's perspective, and Miola took part in this in a couple different All-Star games, was got to do the goalie wars. And the goalie wars are effectively, what were they, 20 yards apart? And you can either throw it, you can kick it, or you can like volley it at each other's goal. And who can score the goals? And it's just goalie against goalie. And so it's part of the folklore of being a goalkeeper. It's a folklore of being a player during practice or after practice. So one of the ones, the immediate one is you basically are from a penalty spot, and you've got different targets with different numbers. So it's like 3 across the top, 3 going down, and then there's like a target with like a moving blocker, and you're trying to. So whoever you have a certain amount of time to get the most points for that. There's one with a crossing and finishing, but the crossing and finishing would be MLS All-Stars against an Arsenal goalkeeper, or Arsenal against an MLS goalkeeper. Then you do this thing where the ball launches behind this. It's like a big, it's like, when you play like skee ball and you have like the little targets and they get bigger and bigger. Yeah. It's like that, except the ball launches from behind it and it's up in the air, and you got to like chest it or keep it up in the air and then put it back into kind of the skee ball point system. And yeah, so
I like how I pretended to know what skee ball was. Was everyone impressed by that? I thought that was very impressive.
You've never been to like Chuck E. Cheese, like any skee ball place?
Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
This is London. We don't have Chuck E. Cheese or skee ball.
You got like a version. You'll have like a broke version of like Chuck E. Cheese, where it's like a dude in a rat costume walking around trying to serve you pizza while playing really high touch point games where you effectively bring home some type of poo and throw up sickness that may or may not have happened here in my family over the last 48 hours.
Why would we want that? And why do you think we have that? What are you talking about? A rat brings you pizza and everyone comes home with the What are you talking about? Sorry, Tim.
Isn't that like your version of like Peppa Pig, your Peppa Pig amusement park?
How dare you? Sorry, Tim. Criticize Peppa Pig, the international phenomenon that is. Peppa Pig World down at Paultons Park is a tremendous day for the whole family. And I am available for free tickets.
Okay.
If you're listening to this program. But it's all outdoors, like a fairground. It's not like a dirty arcade. It's a lovely family day out, outside, fresh air and that.
That's what they all say until you got poo finger and your family's thrown up.
Is that one of the skills challenges?
Poo finger. Avoid the poo finger.
And finally, the decider. It's Kai Havertz for Arsenal coming forward now to win. Poo finger for the Gunners. Here he goes.
Yeah, but by the way, Flo Balogun, U.S. international, he will still be a part of Arsenal as of right now. What
cheek, by the way. They're playing Balogun in the All-Star and they're desperate to sell him. What cheek.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Matt Turner somehow is not going to be involved. And I know he needs a little bit of a break, but come on, he's still
playing it. He's still playing right now.
Yeah, dude, he just had 2 great saves in the penalty kick shootout against Canada. But you got Flo Balogun, Kai Havertz, Martin Odegaard, Jorginho. I don't know why Jorginho is going to be there, but Jorginho, he's still going to be an Arsenal player as of right now. But yeah, it's going to be. Here's the event. So shooting challenge, touch challenge, cross and volley challenge, passing challenge, and crossbar challenge. Goalkeeper war as well, but goalkeeper war is going to be for like the MLS 2 version, like the it's not a reserve league, but it's like the second tier down underneath Major League Soccer. That is homegrown products kind of coming through the system. But they're saying each team will compete for charity as a part of the commitment for both sides to be a force of positive change and local communities. So,
good.
There you go.
I'm excited about it. I'm actually more excited about the skills challenge than I am the game, because the game is just a game. I mean, it'd be fun in that. But there's nothing like this here. So I'm really excited about being there.
You say that now. You say that now until Todd Bowley has his way.
Yes. Next year's Community Shield. Mind you, Chelsea won't be in one of them for some time, I imagine. This is already better than the Community Shield anyway. I'm excited about it.
I don't know. Pochettino said it's the best team in England.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. 10 years ago, probably, before, the oligarch left and all that sort of stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, look, it's next week. If you're in the US, you can hear it all on Sirius XM FC. Stay subscribed to the Week in the Tackle podcast. Donnie and I are going to do something together in a studio or a bar somewhere together and release next week. And we're also then probably going to go to like the pub. And then Wednesday night after the game, you're flying out on the Thursday. So what's a big Donnie night out in DC? You're going to call up some of the old hookups and contacts and hook us up? Are we going to be down Hooters with your black card?
Oh, Hooters. No, it was orange. It was the orange card. It matches the Hooters vibe. No, we'll figure it out. We'll pop in somewhere. I know usually after an MLS event like that, there'll be a hangout area. I know in Minnesota at Allianz Field, they had like taco trucks. I call them taco trucks, but they're trucks, food trucks. Great environment. I mean, good hangout. Like you get to socialize with all the people that you normally do not see, especially as everyone continues to kind of roll out post-COVID and see people that they haven't seen for a couple of years. But yeah, I had some fun in DC as a player, as a kid.
Here we go.
I had some banger nights out, but here we go. I mean, I'm 46, bro. I got 3 kids. I don't know, man. I'm trying.
They're not there, are they? The kids aren't there.
No, but see, I have this theory, Rennie.
Yes.
Don't put myself in a no. Don't put myself in a situation where I might not have a wife when I get home. So
true.
It's very simple. I'm a very simple man. Yeah. You know what? I want to stay married.
So I'm leaving. So I'm obviously leaving my 1-year-old, 3-year-old, and wife in London to come out to America for like 8 days. And I was out with my friends a couple of weeks ago. I went to the batting nets, the cricket batting nets. Brilliant. I came second. I was so annoyed. I hadn't played cricket for like 10 years, so I was really enjoying it. Anyway, my friends were like, 8 days in America on your own, eh? And they're obviously trying to get like lad stories or like, what are you doing? Going down the strippers, are you? Or like going to meet some girls on Tinder or something. And I said, yeah, man, can't wait. 8-hour flight. Going to get to read my book.
Yeah.
And I'm genuinely excited about the flight.
Yeah.
Going to be on the flight. I've got I've been trying to read like 2 books for like a year. And I don't get the chance to sit down and read the book because I either drive places or my children are there. So I'm going to read. I've got 2 really great books I'm going to be reading for the 8-hour flight. And then it's out with Horsey. Monday night, where we can sit back to back reading our books together.
Yeah. By the way, you don't fall asleep when you're reading a book on a plane?
I don't know. I'm actually
Really?
quite an insomniac. I don't sleep well ever.
Oh,
so plus I'm just going to take. If I fall asleep, like fine, I'll take it. Yeah. I don't sleep much either. But wouldn't that be amazing to like finish your book?
You know what I do on my trips?
Go on.
Duolingo. I just work on my Spanish on my app, my Duolingo app.
How would you say that in Spanish?
I don't know. I need options.
Not doing much for you, is it? Really?
No, it's not really.
Order me a drink and a taco in Spanish.
Right now.
Yes.
Let's see. Pardon. Let's see. Do I want to say quiero or me gusta? Un beberlo con naranja y una taquito, por favor.
An orange juice and a taco.
There you go.
Yes. I mean, to be fair, it's obvious you're falling asleep a lot more than you're doing Duolingo.
250 days, 255 days. Checks out. Yeah. Cruising.
So look, that's what we're going to be doing. So we're in Washington next week. Come and find us. We'll put it up on the various social medias. He's on the threads. I'm on the Twitter. Where we're going to be. We want to come find people on the Tuesday, and Tim and I are going to record some really fun stuff and try and enjoy the whole day. And during the game, Danny's working, but I'm just kind of there during the game. So I'm going to be wandering around and having a look around and just vibing, trying to have a chat to old Rooney and find out where he got his hair done and whether he could spot me the money to get mine done. Can I borrow some of his donor hair? I don't know. So just come and say hello. Come and find us. And we'll have some fun in America. And also next Saturday, I'm in attendance for the Arsenal-Man United game in New Jersey alongside our pal Charlie Stilitano. Oh. And on Sirius XM FC, we're giving tickets away. Again, it's a fun day in a suite. And so we can come and have some drinks with us and have dinner with us and watch the game and all that sort of stuff. 2 people won on Tuesday's Grumpy Pundit /football show. It's going to be Fred and his boy Darius are going to be there. So if you're listening to this in America on Wednesday or Thursday, listen to Sirius XM FC and you can win tickets. They're not being sold, that you can win them. Yeah. You can come watch the game in New Jersey next Saturday, the 22nd at the MetLife with me and Stilitano. And we're just might be Declan Rice's Arsenal debut. So you're going to learn new swear words. That's going to be fun, I think.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too is that while all of the international teams, all the Premier League teams, international teams are coming to the United States as they usually do, that same Saturday I'll be out in Portland as Leagues Cup is kicking off for MLS and Liga MX, and I'll be in Portland. It'll be Portland, San Jose, and Tigres for Max Bredos and I in the group stage. So first time. And I know the concept is new to a lot of people, especially to you, Rennie, but it's the first time we're seeing a full break from both Liga MX and Major League Soccer to put on a tournament. And I think it's 48 teams, 3 countries. It's going to be 2 leagues, 1 winner. Pretty interesting stuff. And as we all know by the announcement, there is we got 5 days as of right now. It's the 11th. But on Sunday down in Miami, there's an event. Tom Rennie, there's an event scheduled. There's a media event scheduled for a certain team named Inter Miami.
Phil Neville's back.
Wonder what that could be.
Phil Neville's coming back and he's bringing Gary with him. Is that the event?
Is Phil still the assistant coach of the Canadian national team after back-to-back losses to the United States?
I would suggest that his insider information going into the Gold Cup game wasn't particularly useful.
Yeah.
What we said. Hit the penalty right. Not great advice. Yeah, great. Okay, that'll do it. I think well done, everybody. I'm looking forward to talking about that actually, because I always think in all sports, and I mentioned the cricket, the Ashes are going on over here right now, but at the same time, the other cricket is going on. And when the England rugby team play, like the Premiership continues, which is the kind of top tier rugby union thing. Whereas in soccer, in football, when the FA Cup is happening, they get their own weekends. And internationals are happening, they get their own windows. If you want competitions to flourish, give them their own spot in the calendar. This doesn't feel like it's that complicated to me, and yet people are just sort of discovering it. It's weird.
Like international games?
Yes, don't play a pointless friendly against Mexico when you're going to play them again next month when all your team can't arrive, that sort of thing. That sort of thing. But maybe you should. We need cash. You need the cash. We all need the cash.
Saturdays.
Yeah, you won that one, didn't you? Didn't you win
Which
that
Saturday? We won. Which one?
The first one, the pointless one with the B team.
Yeah. No, we tied that one.
Oh, that was it. Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't watch it. I watched the other one where you won. Anyway, we are back next week with a live show. Well, sort of live show, as live show, where Dunny and I are going to be in the same room somewhere in DC. And so we look forward to that. How are we going to film that, by the way? We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about Horsey. Horsey will have at least 2 phones going at the same time.
It's a Horsey issue, isn't it? That's a Horsey problem.
Horse.
Come on, Horse. That's Tim Horsey. He produces the program. I'm Tom Rennie. He's Brian Dunseth. This has been the Week in the Tackle podcast, and we'll see you, quite literally, next week.